Hi, welcome to Soul Stream Media. I'm Stacey St. Clair, your host. Today, I am super excited. I have live in person in the Soul Stream Media studio world champion downhill longboard skater, Nick Brom. Nick, welcome.
Heck
Welcome
yeah.
to the
Thank
Soul
you for
Stream
having
Media
me.
studio. Thanks for
Stoked.
coming by.
Yeah,
So
of
we're in
course.
sunny San Diego, and
Best place
Nick,
in the world.
tell our Soulstream Media viewers, I know that you were a world champion by 19 years old. How did you get into skating? How
Yeah.
did this start for you?
Yeah, totally. I'm two-time junior world champion and then 2022 time trial world champion. Man, started a long time ago, about a decade ago, maybe more.
You're 23 now?
I'm 23 now.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started when I was, 10, 11 years old. I remember I got my first skateboard from Played Against Sports in Pacific
Oh,
Beach.
I love playing.
Yeah,
I
I
got
love
my
that place.
son's rollerblades.
It's great. And you can get anything for cheap there. And
Exactly.
I always liked the bigger, softer wheels because I just wanted to go fast and stuff. And I'd been scootering at skate parks and stuff. So I was pretty familiar with the whatever roller sports world and things like that. But I lived probably about a block and a half up from my elementary school that I was going to. So every single day I would just ride down the hill to school, and I eventually got better at it. And my friends and I would all skateboard before school and stuff. Cause when you're 12, you have unlimited energies. We'd skate all day, go to school sweaty and absolutely disgusting with completely like just black hands. And then I got into skateboarding down hills through my local longboard shop, which was called Adrenalina. The owner of that, his name's Pablo Lanata. And he ran Adrenalina TV for years, basically traveled the world and showing people the sport of downhill skateboarding, skydiving, a bunch of extreme sports. And I just kind of fell in love with it because I've been a big time surfer for a long time. Not actually, no, not big time is not the way I'm describing myself. Big time passionate. That's what I'd say. I love surfing.
The water.
Yeah, totally. It's a good way to live life. I've been surfing for a while, but what I didn't like about surfing is you can only go do it when the waves are good or when there's waves. And we live in San Diego. Yeah, a lot of waiting.
As a surfer.
And the hills are always there. So I just got, way more reps in doing that, fell in love with it. I went to a bunch of races around San Diego, just kind of getting started. I lost like every race I went to for like 3 years. And I just kept showing up because I loved it,
Oh, so you started out with failure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
100%. But I mean, it didn't even feel like failing to me just because I was having so much fun.
Right. You were
And
just
I
doing
think
it.
that's one of the things like failing it was actually propulsion forward for me, which I haven't really found in that many things in life. And that kind of kept me going. I was just like, I'm losing all the time, but I'm having fun.
Trying to get better. You were trying to get better at
Exactly.
learning.
And I loved the simple action of just going skating because I mean, you get to go out to these beautiful mountains with your friends and you spend the day just riding down these hills. You're just so locked into this kind of happy state where everything else is banished from your mind, and that kind of state is just, it was really motivating, and it just kind of kept me happy with a smile on my face. And being able to go to school on Monday morning with a smile on my face was so much better than just like drudgery, like 7 a.m. class, yay, like that sort of thing.
It sounds like you really had a focus and an involvement. Weren't bored.
Exactly.
You were not bored on the weekends and getting into mischief.
Totally.
Or is there mischief in the
There's some mischief.
community?
There's some mischief. There's all, yeah, it's a skateboarding community, of course. Like, there's obviously mischief there. I was going on trips with people who are older and I was just a little 12, 13-year-old. But, I was staying out of trouble and I had some good mentors who kept me out of trouble. And I always kind of just like, I kept a good head on my shoulders because of the skating, and
the physical endurance.
Exactly. There's a lot of things you have to do to kind of make
sure.
sure. You can't really walk onto your board just like seeing double in the morning and stuff like that. Of course not. But that was a good reason. But skateboarding just gave me this platform to go try on, and I think that's something that a lot of kids maybe don't have, is just something that they can go fail at, practice failure, just go fail at something 100 times, then you get it. And it's like the best feeling in the world. And I think that is one thing that kind of helped me out in life a lot.
And so when did you start winning? 15 years old?
Well, so the juniors division at the local races, I did bad at first, and then I started winning them pretty consistently by like 13, 14, 15. Yeah, a couple years in. Yeah.
It's like a couple years.
Exactly. And then I would say my breakout into like being actually good among men, among everybody, was probably when I was 14 years old. There was this one weekend in particular. I'll never forget. One of my biggest mentors, his name is Dimitri. He's a few grades above me, friends with my brother, got really into it, had sponsors before me and stuff like that. He picked me up from New Orleans Middle School at like 2:15 or something like that. We drove 2 hours to LA. Like it took us basically 20 hours to get up to Mount Shasta for this race. We got there. It was snowing. It was beautiful. It was just the craziest kind of setting ever. We ended up racing the super gnarly road the next day. And that weekend was just the biggest breakout for me because I ended up getting
And what
second.
speeds are these at 14 years old, these races?
This race
They're
probably,
all ages
yeah.
in the race.
Yeah. Well, so there's a juniors division that
Okay.
anybody can compete in the opens. Probably this hill was maybe 45 to 55 miles an hour, which is that's considered kind of pretty standard for a normal race.
But have you done 80 miles?
I've done 83 or so.
Was that in Malibu?
Oh, so that was in Brazil. I've done it above 80 miles an hour a few times. One time was on Mount Whitney. And then the other time was in Brazil. The race the next day, I actually was able to get second in the opens division just at 14 years old. And a few sponsored me. The guy I almost beat, actually, his name's Max Cabs. And he was sponsored by like the truck brand at the time to me, which was Running Trucks. And basically after that event, I got sponsored by Running Trucks. The next weekend I drove up to Glendora where like the Ronin kind of headquarters is, you know, it's their training ground. So I got in with them. The owner, Fred Bauman, passed recently, but I've been riding his trucks for 10 years. And I freaking love those trucks. I love that sponsor basically gave me the platform to actually get better, you know, because I was then surrounding myself with people who were some of the best in the world at the
That's what I
time.
was going to ask. Like, when did it click in?
Yeah.
Or did you even ever think of being a world champion up there? Or were you
really.
just so enjoying it?
I was so enjoying it.
Competition's fun, but you're like, whatever.
Exactly.
I win, great.
Obviously, I set out, I wanted to be the world champion.
You did?
Yeah, of
when
course.
Did that?
2018 was my first world
How
tour.
old are you then?
I was 15 years old. So this was
at 15, it kind of clicked in. If I'm doing this,
exactly.
I'm gonna
This was 1 year after I got all the sponsors. I got all the funding and stuff, and my sponsors and family friends helped me go on this world tour. And I'll never forget that world tour was just so pivotal. I mean, I was just a little kid getting sent to all these weird countries with just a few of my buddies and stuff. And it was like, wow, like I'm so far out of my league here. What is happening? You know, like, but I ended up going to all over Europe that summer, Canada, Central America, Australia, and basically all these races all over the world. And I got the best results out of anybody who was below the age of 18. I was the 2018 junior world champion, and then did the following year, did the same thing, 2019 junior world champion. But yeah, that was the first world title year, was 1 year after I started rubbing elbows with kind of the fastest guys around. That was
now that helps. Who do you hang out with? Like hanging out with them, meeting them, hanging out with them. Be you.
That was everything. Yeah, it was super fun.
So when did you hit 80 miles an hour in Brazil on one of those tours?
Yeah. So it was 2022, right after World Skate Games Argentina, where I got sent down as part of the U.S. team delegation. I was one of the 6 fastest men in the country, and basically got sent down to Argentina to go race, represent. And this was the event after. We were all like, we're already in Argentina, we might as well hop over to Brazil, go to this super historic race. This race has been going on for decades, and it's like, they call it the Mother Hill. It is like the scariest freaking hill ever. It's called Teutonia, and it's in this weird little German town in Brazil, and it's straight up like probably, I don't know, maybe a mile long, maybe less, but like 30% grade. But the scariest thing about this hill is that it's 30% grade, and then it'll flatten out and then be 30% grade again. So as you're accelerating, it's like you're hitting it's like you're running down the stairs,
right?
And you like hit a flat spot real quick, and it's like you literally can almost like jump. So you're going, I don't know, about 75 miles an hour down the first really big kind of like super straight after one of the turns, and you're accelerating so fast, and you get thrown into the back seat on that little ledge, and then it goes to steep again, and you just completely de-weight. Yeah. And it feels like if you jumped off your board, you just take off. Wow. Basically, like, that makes the hill super scary.
Right. So there is a high danger.
Oh, yeah. This hill is like, it feels like I've never done crazy drugs or anything. But at the bottom of the hill, you are like, what did I just do? Like, you're just like, whoa, like your brain just pumping out endorphins like crazy. Yeah, basically. So we got to do that hill, and that type of speed that I got there, that 83 miles an hour, was like way exponentially scarier than going 81 on Mount Whitney, just because that hill's flat, wide, safe. How do you keep it together? With, mentally, emotionally. I kind of have this, and at that high of a speed. Yeah. And that treacherous of it. I honestly think we get this question a lot. I think it's easier than than you think, because you don't really have an option.
Right.
Like,
And
you're
it
kind
is,
of just like, if you think about anything else for a second,
and it's your wheelhouse. I mean,
yes, yeah,
it's what you do.
exactly. It's not like we're going 0 miles an hour for
Right,
our whole
right.
life and then going to this hill randomly. It's
Right.
like,
You've done 60. We know.
yeah, you just go at 50,
This is
60,
what's,
70, you do a hill that has a bunch of crazy turns at 70 miles an hour, and
yeah.
then you go hit this hill. So it's like,
Did you
there are
walk
levels
it?
to
Do
it.
you walk something like that before, or
Yeah.
try it before?
Yeah.
Before
It's
walk
funny
it? Like,
because sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Like certain hills, especially ones that are really technical. And when I say technical, I mean they'll have big hairpin turns overlooking a cliff with a big scary guardrail that you might hit or something.
Right.
Those you'll probably walk just to look at the pavement, touch it, see it, feel it, smell it, whatever you need to do, just to make sure you kind of have your bearings before you go down the hill. But this hill, they do an interesting kind of thing that's always been tradition, is like you'll start from halfway up the hill, and you never do that at any other race or any other hill that you'll ever go to. And it's just because this hill is so gnarly. And it's almost scarier doing that, like I'd almost just take the whole thing and just go do it once and kind of get it over with. But the anticipation of like the feeling of just dropping, it's like your heart is in your throat. Like, it's just like you're hitting those humps, and it's like, it feels like you're on a roller coaster, but imagine if you just didn't put the thing on, you strap yourself in. It's just like that's
free falling.
Precisely.
Okay, so what's next? Like, what are you up to now?
Yeah. So this year is, I'll give you, so in order to tell you that, I'll tell you what I've been up to previously. So I just graduated college from UCSB.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And right after I graduated, I got on a plane and went to Europe to go compete in the World Tour circuit. And that was my first time competing on the World Tour circuit since that junior world title. And essentially, well, besides 2022 skate games and stuff, I pretty much hadn't been on tour for a while because, college is super demanding and the sport isn't that big. And financially, you need to be able to have a life, get together, be able to pay your rent, pay your bills and stuff. So I want to make sure I was taking care of that part of my life before I got back into this. I just had to come back to it. There's no questions in my mind, especially just during senior year of college. I was like, I have to go give this another go. So I got back on the world tour, and I've recently been working with a guy named Greg Reed, and he's been helping me out, helping me chase my dream and stuff like that, giving me work to do and helping me pay the bills.
Nice.
And,
What's the new dream?
So the new dream is 2026 world champion. 26 open world champion. That's what we're going for. We'll see how it goes. I have some pretty gnarly competition out there. One of the guys who was who was world champion last year is one of the guys I really have to worry about this year. It's my best friend. And I train with him like literally every weekend. Wow. So it's like every single weekend.
Well, to him, but how can we support you? We support you.
Man, I just need to figure out how I'm going to make it to races this year and stuff like that. I'm looking for sponsors. Okay. I have a beautiful leather suit that I wear, a helmet. So if there's any advertising opportunities, I mean, I'm reaching millions of people every single year. Right. I go to a bunch of different places.
Who's your ideal sponsor?
Probably like Red Bull or
Red Bull. We love Red Bull.
Yeah,
Red Bull.
Yeah, that'd be super cool. Yeah, I'd love
Red Bull. Let's do it.
But I mean, we'll see. I'm really open to anything. I'm really big into health and nutrition. I any sponsor to make it happen. I would love to help promote somebody's brand, but also painting it in a really good light. So
super.
Yeah.
Super. God, it's amazing. Thank you so much for joining me in the Soulstream Media Studio. Everyone, where can everyone find you if we're not already following you on Instagram?
So Instagram is where I post the most amount of stuff, but you can watch my movie, Nick Broms, What's the Rush, on TUBI. It's about an hour, 10 minutes.
What's the Rush?
Yeah, cool name, right?
Documentary?
Yeah, yep. It's a documentary following me. Basically just leading up to one of my craziest descents yet. This road via Capri on Mount Soledad. I'm not sure if you know of it, but it is like the most mangled and horrific piece of concrete a lot of people laid their eyes on. And that was kind of the whole, precipice of the movies. All the crazy skating I was doing leading up to that. We did a big road trip going down the coast of California and just surfing and skating and doing all the things I love to. But yeah, and YouTube as well. You can find me on YouTube at Nick Broms. I post random stuff there all the time.
Okay, great. And you can see all of these links will be down below.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me. I love what you guys are doing here.
We support you, World Champion 2026. Thanks everyone for joining Soulstream Media, and let's support Nick with his vision of being 2026 World Champion.
Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.